video, I am going to show how to access our course through BrightSpace, as well as an overview of the course. So when you first log into the course, you come to the home page, and there you see you have announcements. So I will post announcements here throughout the course to give ideas of things that we're doing. This first welcome announcement is the same as the welcome email. So you have it in both. Here is an attachment to create your Pearson account. We'll get more into Pearson in a little bit later, but the key is you must access your Pearson account through BrightSpace. If you've had a Pearson account before and you've always gone to the Pearson website, don't go through that avenue. Download this registration form and go through Pearson through BrightSpace, because now BrightSpace and Pearson are linked. So you must access your Pearson through the BrightSpace to get to the proper assignments. On the right-hand side, we have a calendar, and this is a quick way to access information throughout the course. You can just click on it. It'll take you right to where you need to go. However, I am going to go to content. This will show you an overview of everything that we're doing in the course. So the first thing that comes up is our syllabus. So definitely read this, because it talks about our course, our objectives, the student learner outcomes, the attendance policy, the grades, our grading scale. One of our exams will, if you're online, is proctored. If you're not online, then obviously you'll take it in the classroom. Withdrawals, plagiarism, all the stuff that goes into our syllabus. And at the very end of our syllabus is our course outline, right? So I've got it broken down by week. And then the dates. So depending on your course, these dates may be changing, but basically you have some dates. And then even if you're online, I've broken into, like, we meet twice a week like we do in the classroom to help break up the material. So if you kind of follow this, it's not so overwhelming. You do not have to do it this way. This is all done by the end of the week, you're fine. But if we were in the classroom, this is how we would break it down. So I broke down our syllabus to be the same. If you want a paper copy, scroll to the bottom and you can print or download the syllabus as well. But it's always here on our course page. All right, we come down here. Table of contents is all of these modules in one. So I have broken our modules down into weeks. We have a resource module, which I will go over real quick. So in the resource module has a link to videos I have created to help you with the course material. It also has a link to OneNote, which is where my lecture notes are posted. So you can access my lecture notes. Your OneNote is part of the 365 login. And then our Zoom meetings. If we're an online class, you may have optional Zoom meetings. Again, these meetings are optional. They're also under here under communication. If you click on this, it shows the complete schedule of our Zoom meetings. We'll go through it so you can see it. So we'll bring up our Zoom meetings. Again, they are optional. Ours meets on Tuesdays at 12:30. There's our meeting ID, or you can just come here and click on Start, and you can see it has all the weeks that we have a Zoom meeting. We'll go back to content. This is where you'll spend most of your time, is content. So week one, we'll click on week one. Has an overview of the week. We have a welcome quiz that is due by Friday, so check the date depending on your course. And it is just a quiz of the syllabus and course overview. 5 questions. It is for me to take attendance to make sure that everybody's participating in the first week. I have to submit attendance by Friday, so that's why it's due by Friday. And you will take as many times as you want. It is graded, but they're pretty, like, verifying that you've kind of watched this video as well as reviewed the syllabus. Again, Zoom meetings listed a bunch of different places. So here is where you access your Pearson. So when you buy your Pearson book, you get your access code. And when you click on here, you'll create your account and access code. Again, look at the PDF that is in the welcome announcement to help walk you through that. Once you have it created, you'll see your homework and your quizzes. We'll go over that in a minute. And then we have our optional discussion. So the discussions are not required, but I put an optional discussion in here for students to post questions about week one, to ask questions to each other, to me, So anyone may answer these to help out, or if there's tips for someone that found something at work or another video or concerns with my videos, this is where I want us to post things so that the class can easily see us sharing information. Again, if you want it private, you may email me, but I prefer you use the discussion. That way everyone can see the answers to the questions. When you now click on this and you have your Pearson account created, you click on homework 1 and it'll take you to homework 1. You click on week 1 quiz and it'll take you to the quiz. So it takes you right to the assignments. You still can get into the BrightSpace as you did before, but you must access it through BrightSpace. Sorry, a little tongue tied there. All right, you cannot go through the Pearson site. These two are linked now, so you must access it through BrightSpace. Homework for this course is optional. If you complete the homework, I will take the average of your homework grade and it will be extra credit added to your grade. So that is completely up to you. The quizzes are graded and I use them for attendance. So you must complete each week's quiz for grade as well as attendance. So if you do not complete the quiz for that week, you'll be marked absent as well as get a 0 for the quiz. So it definitely hurts not to do quizzes. So the quizzes are required. The homework is not. It is optional. So you click on the homework and it will bring it up here in a second inside the window, and it will look very similar to what you've been seeing in Pearson. There we go. And then you just click on the questions and go through it. Same with the quiz. The test is also on Pearson. So this is how you'll access all your work. It will automatically download your grade. So there's nothing in assignments because your assignments are all right here on Pearson. So please go through the modules to access your homeworks, your quizzes, and your test. So in the rest of the video, I will go through a couple of problems to show how to do show work and access the quiz and the test. Oh, I guess I just took a minute to load. The keys are here is the e-text. So if you bought just the software code, here is the e-text. If you do the temporary access, you can come down here where it says purchase and options when your temporary access expires. Study plan is a place for you to go and practice problems, but I haven't created them. They're generic for the book. So lots of additional features in here. I recommend you just go to assignments for you. And hopefully they might not show up quite yet because, yeah, this course hasn't started. So I'm going to go back to manage so I can show you them. You'll be able to see them as soon as the course starts. So it will show up as a homework. Let me change this date so we can at least see one. I'll make it available today. And I'll make the quiz available for now, but I'll change this afterwards just so you can see it. Available for today. Now I should be able to just go back to assignments, and those two should be there. There we go. So when you log in, you'll have all the assignments will populate. So the homework. I have this little show work option enabled because on the quizzes I will be looking for the show work, so I practice in the homework. So a couple homework problems, not a lot, just to practice some things. And so some of these they won't have work. I have show work available to them all. Just looking for an answer for this. It's just a drop down final check. All right, I got it wrong, so I can click similar question, right? And I got it right. It gives me this warning about show work. If you don't have any show, that's fine. But if you are having a problem showing a problem, then I would put some work in there. I say yes on this one. I'm trying to get to one I can show work. There's another non-show work one, so let's just find one that you can show work. So if I wanted to show work, I can type it as a text. So here's my problem, right? And if I got to see the problem, I can just shrink it down and then bring it back up. So I just use the pen because I'm getting better with the mouse. So I have x, y to the 4th to the 5th power, right? Little pre-teacher, so you distribute through. So this then equals x to the 5th, y to the 20th. You multiply, and there's a 1 on this one. Again, a little pre-teach. Hit save. And now my box is green, and then I can just type my answer in. So my answer was x to the 5th power. And you can use either hotkeys, or if you don't know the hotkeys, then you just use these little key palettes down here. And that's basically how you go through the homework, right? And you can come back and work on it later. Forgot to show you one other thing, sorry. Go back in. It's a little slow here. So there's a question help button, and depending on what assignment we're doing. So for this one, I can get help solve this, view an example. It will take me to the textbook. I can ask my instructor, which means he'll email it to me, and I could print it and just do it out on paper if you choose to. I wouldn't recommend that unless you just really like doing things on paper. I prefer view an example versus help me solve this, because if you click help me solve this, it will help you solve the problem, but then it's going to give you a new problem to do on your own. If you view an example, it gives you a similar problem that allows you to kind of look through what they did, and then you kind of do the same steps. All right, and again, if you're just really struck, just please email through Ask My Instructor versus send me an email through CM Connect, because it will send me the problem you're working on, and I can answer you much easier than you saying homework 2, question 1.2.1, and I gotta go find it. It's quicker for both of us if you just do it this way. So I can leave that. And now if we go back to our, just click OK. Click OK. I don't know why you're not going out, so try this again. There we go. So the quiz. The quizzes are what I am going to actually count as grades, right? So when you go into quiz, you get 2 attempts. And I will reopen 1 quiz a semester if you ask me to. So it's like a test. All right, so start test. And they have a little tutorial so you can see how to answer before. What? I don't know why the show's not showing on this. I have to check. It should have a show me. There we go. So that one must have just not checked it on that one. But again, there's the show work. See, the question help is not here on these now. So some of them I think might have them, some might not, but it won't have help me solve this and all that stuff. I will go through and check because I want to put at least a textbook in there. But then you just pick your answers and you kind of go through. And if it says, again, if it's show work, I'd put something in there so I can at least give you partial credit. If you're just guessing like I am right now, then it's hard for me to give you partial credit. So then when you're done, you just hit submit quiz. I still haven't answered a question, so it's yelling at me, but fine. And then it shows everything I go to wrong, and I can hit review test, and it'll go back and let me review some things. It'll give me the right answers. I can review, and I get to take it kind of again, and I will take the higher of the 2 grades. So you say I have 1, 2 of 2 left. I got 18% on the first quiz. I can then study up, take it again. Again, this is how I take attendance. This is required. The way homework is going to work. I will average your homework grades if you do the homework and add it as extra credit to the first grouping will be extra credit to the midterm, and the second grouping will be extra credit to the final. So if you do homework, there will be additional points I will add onto your midterm and final grade as extra credit. Again, you don't have to do the homeworks. You have to do the quizzes. If you don't do the homeworks, then you just whatever your midterm and final grade is, it is. So it's kind of an incentive to do the homeworks, but it is not a requirement. To get through the e-text, all right, you just click on this and it will view the e-text. You can do chapter contents, which is a different way of looking at different chapters instead of going through the entire e-text. There's a lot on here to help you learn. I play around it, find out what features are good for you, and then versus what features are not really beneficial to you. So your grade book is where you can kind of look at your grades. Since most of this is on Pearson, your grades will be shown here, and I'll transfer them over to CM Connect so you'll be able to see them in both places. So you should be able to register for this for your course. Get in, start playing around with it, and the homeworks and quizzes will start populating when our course officially starts. All right, please email me if you're having difficulties. Go to the course page, use the MathLab PDF. It's not a PDF, Word document, and it gives some help with pictures on how to set up the account. And that is right on the main page. All right, good luck. Email me if you have any questions, and we should have a fun course.